has you covered. Coming up next, we'll have SportsCenter followed by NFL Live with the latest free agency news. SportsCenter back at 5, and we cap the day with SportsCenter with SVP at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. It was a wild week of free agency and player movement. Several household names such as DeAndre Hopkins, Stephen Diggs, and Byron Jones will be wearing new uniforms. But which rosters improved the most? Bleacher Report listed the 6 squads that could be on the rise after dominating in the first week of the new league year. The Miami Dolphins, Cleveland Browns, Las Vegas Raiders, Buffalo Bills, Arizona Cardinals, and Philadelphia Eagles. On that note, we bring in our guy, Marcus Spears. How we doing, Marcus?
What's up, family? How y'all living?
All good. Always
you always
good
trying
to
to
see
sound,
you.
look, Barry White. You understand? I know you got the brick background. You trying to be all hard and everything like that. What's going on, man? Get a smile on your face. Stop trying to be intimidating. It ain't like you scaring anybody or anything like that. What's up? Say it with a smile. Say it with a smile.
I actually
What's up?
don't know.
Were you intimidated by Barry White?
To the last conversation. Hey, Max, I was listening to the last conversation. I don't know who Stephen A. is, man. Like, this soft, cuddly, I want to stand on the hill for Tom Brady's guy. I don't know who that guy is, man. I just don't know who that is.
You need to show respect. You need to show respect to him. I'm the only one on this show giving him the respect that he deserves. Molly betrayed him years ago with the nickname Jimmy G. She's the one that started the whole Jimmy G nickname. Max is just dog.
I've been ride or die for TB12. Get out of here.
Hey, Swagoo. Max Kellerman started on First Take July 25th. This is 3.5 years ago, July 25th, he started. And the second segment of the show, he said Tom Brady's over the hill. Tom Brady in the clip. He introduced it that day. We weren't even in preseason yet. And he was talking about
that
his
you know
brother
the date like it's an anniversary.
All of y'all have been disrespectful to Tom Brady. All of you. I'm the only one that's showing him some respect. Okay? So let's be clear about that. Now let's move on.
Yeah. Who do you call that bad man?
Can we talk about what we're talking about, Molly?
Yeah, let's get it. Max, I'm coming to you here because you are the expert on all things Tom Brady, including Cliffs. Who's the most improved team after free agency?
All right, this is going to sound like homerism, and it is. But I think a good case can be made, so I'm going to make it because I can't take any more 4 or 5 win seasons. Molly, I think our New York Football Giants. First of all, when you look at like who's most improved, where are you improving from? Like a team like that wins 7 or 8 games, improvement of a game or 2 is a lot. It's hard to improve a lot. When you're a bottom feeder, it's much easier to get much better. You can win 3, 4 more games and still not be a double-digit win team. I think it's the Giants. When you look at what they did at cornerback, right, from Carolina. They went out and got a real guy in Bradbury, a corner. Maybe not a shutdown corner, but a very good player in the secondary. DeAndre Baker, who they got last year, was coming along in terms of his trajectory as a player. They signed linebackers, overpaid for 1 or 2, but okay, I'm not saying Gettleman's a great GM, but he does recognize that in Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, he has a franchise quarterback potentially and an all-world running back on their rookie deals. So if you're going to overpay, later on it's going to look bad, but you have the rookie deals going now, pay now. They added an offensive lineman. They added, by the way, brought in Colt McCoy, backup quarterback for Daniel Jones. He spent money while these guys are on their rookie deals, not in big, splashy, flashy free agent signings, but in good football signings that I think make the Giants potentially maybe 3 games better than they were last year.
I disagree. I'm going to go the route of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they got Tom Brady. Yes, I said, oh, by the way, Swagoo, I just want to let you know when you, depending on where you tilt your head with that background, you actually look like you got an afro from time to time. Just want to throw that out there to you. You might like that look. Anyway, back to Tom Brady. I think that when you look at Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the fact that this dude is replacing Jameis Winston, who not only threw 30 interceptions last year, although 5,100 yards and 33 touchdowns, but he not only threw 30 interceptions last year, as Dominique Foxworth pointed out earlier with Get Up, There were 9 interceptions that should have been catched, but obviously defenders dropped them. The man could have ended up throwing nearly 40 interceptions. Now you juxtapose that to somebody like Tom Brady, who hasn't thrown more than 14 interceptions in a season in years. And so the fact that you're diminishing that amount of turnovers, you're projecting that that's going to be the case, that's a huge, huge deal, particularly when you consider the fact that their defense finished 8th in efficiency rating. So you take all of that in consideration with the Mike Evans, the Godwins, the O.J. Howards, the Brates, and the crew. The bottom line is that I expect a significant upgrade from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I expect them to go at least from 7 to 10 wins, possibly 11 to 12. Now, that's one team. The other team I got to give some love to, at least in the offseason, and they tend to accumulate it in the offseason as opposed to during the season, is the Cleveland Browns. If you're Baker Mayfield, what do you got here? You got a tight end, you got Hooper, you got a right tackle, you got a fullback in play. Clearly, with Stefanski as the new coach coming over from Minnesota, he likes multiple tight end sets. He wants to sit up there and do all of that, and plus having a slew of running backs to lean on as well. I think those kind of situations, considering that you still kept a Landry or Odell Beckham Jr. in tow, I look at it from the standpoint that Cleveland had a pretty good offseason offensively. Defensively, that's a different argument for another day. But offensively, in terms of uplift, of helping out Baker Mayfield, I think they did a plus, and I definitely think it was a plus for Tom Brady to end up in Tampa for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Golly, man. Jeez, I'm glad I got a little something left. It's the Miami Dolphins. It is the most obvious of the best offseason free agent period. Max, I don't know what the hell you talking about with the New York Giants. And Stephen A., take the obvious. It's an elephant standing in the room. Hey, everybody, it's an elephant in the room. Tom Brady to Tampa Bay. Obviously, that's a big signing. The Miami Dolphins did the most work. The Miami Dolphins signed Byron Jones to line up across the field from Xavier Howard, who is one of the top corners in the league. They signed Kyle Van Noy, the premier pass rusher for the New England Patriots last year. They signed Shaq Lawson from Buffalo, who's another defensive lineman pass rusher. Emmanuel Ogbah, who's a pass rusher. They signed Jordan Howard to put him in the backfield, who's had a lot of success in this league. And oh, by the way, they still have 3 first-round draft picks left. That's been the story of free agency. It's not even close. They signed Karras. They signed Eric Flowers to be the tackle. They did the most work in free agency, but they got it right because they started at the line of scrimmage. And for you guys on First Take, Max and Stephen A., who likes to talk about quarterbacks and wide receivers and how pretty and good and the guys with the gaudy stats, you win games in the line of scrimmage. That's where you have to start. You got to protect your quarterback, and you got to be able to rush the quarterback. It's the Miami Dolphins.
Hold on, Max. Hold on, Max. First of all, Swagoo, first of all, you started off your argument devoid of any credibility because you looked at your watch, all right, talking about the time you had to talk, and you don't have a watch on. I noticed it. You don't have a. You went to your left, and you don't even wear. You're not even wearing a watch, so you got busted. Okay, you ain't got no watch on. So what you looking at time for? Like this is a watch, baby. Okay, this is a watch. All right, you don't have a watch on, Swagoo. You don't have a watch on. All right, that's number one. Number two, we can talk about the multitude of moves that Miami Dolphins made, but in the end, you're looking at them and you're still wondering what's going to work. Did they do the most work? Yes. Is it the most effective work? We shall see. Now, I'm rooting for the brother, Chris Greer, by the way. The one minority GM in the National Football League before that brother arrived in Cleveland. So I'm rooting for him, and I'm rooting for Brian Flores, but we don't know yet how effective those moves going to be.
Yeah, the other thing, that's why I agree with you about the line of scrimmage, Swagoo. That's, but the Giants addressed that. An offensive tackle. They brought in some pass rushers, even from linebacker position. I get not exactly on the line. But the main thing is when you look at a signing, like you take 2 corners. One's in Dallas with more of a name brand. One's in Carolina flying under the radar. Is Jones really better? It's close. And by the way, the Giants paid less for theirs. I thought Gettleman did a good job.
All right, Giants, Marcus, you missed the biggest point to your argument. Tom Brady's not in that division either. How about that? And at some point, we got to talk about the Raiders and then bringing in Marcus Mariota. They were 3rd on this list by Bleacher Report. All right, we'll leave it there.
I'm home. I can get a watch.
sticking around. I got my watch
Do
on,
that.
and that means it's time to go to commercial break and pay some bills. That's what we are doing right now. After the break, why are LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes in competition? We will explain in QB Continued.